Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Armchair Devs KIWAMI. KIWAMI is a special spin-off show of Armchair Devs where none of the contestants know the subject of the episode. They have to come up with a pitch for a game, and they have no idea what they're walking into. Welcome to Armchair Devs KIWAMI. Hello everyone, I'm Dan VideoGames. Welcome to Armchair Devs KIWAMI. We have 4 contestants today. Let's go ahead and introduce them. We've got Bob VideoGames.
I'm not ready.
From GigaBoots.com. We've got Dr. Aggro from Dr. Aggro.
I was born not ready.
We've got KZ from KZExcellent.com.
I'm negative ready.
And we have Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
I actually am ready.
Well, that's good. I'm glad 1 out of 4 is ready. That's 25% prepared. For people who've never watched before, Armchair Devs is a show where our contestants need to pitch a game pitch successfully to get a game greenlit. However, today is a KIWAMI episode, meaning none of our contestants know exactly what they're going to be pitching minutes from now. I am ready to reveal what you will be pitching a game for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the subject of today's Armchair Devs KIWAMI is Flintstones. I need a successful new Flintstones game pitch. No! We have greenlit 2 animated series, and we really need it to stick. The vitamins aren't doing it. It's time for the multimedia franchise. Can you pitch me a successful Flintstones game? You have 5 minutes. And that's time, gentlemen. I hope you're prepared.
Of course.
We now move on to the elevator pitches. You have 15 seconds each to sell me on your game pitch for a Flintstones video game in the year 2022. We're going to go ahead and start the pitches with KZ. KZ, as I mentioned, you have 15 seconds from the moment you start talking.
Oh no! Fred Flintstone finds himself in a heap of trouble in his attempts to create a competition to get rich. He's now trapped alongside his entire town in a magical board game by the Great Gazoo. To get out, he and his friends must compete across various Stone Age boards and minigames in the Flintstones Boulder Bash.
Thank you, KZ. Flintstones Boulder Bash, trapped in a board game by Kazoo. Not sure how Kazoo is going to get, a redemption through this, but maybe the future people think this is okay. Acceptable behavior. Who knows?
No one remembers the rules of the Great Gazoo because he was introduced 50 years ago.
And then it was never in anything ever again, apparently, as we found out.
Get rich quick. Can I get that name one more time?
The Flintstones Boulder Bash.
Okay. We now move on to Dr. Aggro. Dr. Aggro, you have 15 seconds from the moment you start talking.
It's time to reinvent the wheel for the first time. In Bam and Bam Bam's Bedrock and Blitz, you'll skate over the skies of Bedrock pulling Jurassic tricks. And a spiritual successor to Tony Hawk Underground.
Take you, Dr. Aggro. Bam and Bam Bam's Bedrock Blitz.
Yep.
Thank you. The spiritual successor to Tony Hawk Underground. Really, really good stuff here. We're really going retro on this.
Holy shit.
I have so many questions, but they'll have to wait for other contestants to finish their elevator pitches. We now go to Bob for his 15-second elevator pitch.
In Flint Homes, you play as either Wilma or Betty, developing your home and raising animals, expanding your house, and greeting new friends.
I'm sorry, the phrasing there. Okay, that's time. Thank you, Bob. Flint Homes?
Yes.
Play as Wilma or Betty, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Was it build new houses, raise new friends?
Greet new friends.
Greet new friends?
Yes.
Build new homes, greet new friends. Okay, I thought you said breed new friends.
No.
I was like, excuse me? We now go to Mr. Feel for his 15-second pitch. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Feel, go right ahead.
The Flintstones Rocky Road is a 3D action adventure game for all platforms. Control Fred, Barney, Wilma, and Betty as you perform various missions and drive various vehicles around Bedrock and surrounding locations. Save Bedrock from the evil billionaire Jeffrey Epstone, leader of the Water Buffalo Lodge.
And that's time! Jeez. The game ends in a mysterious caper, huh? What happened? Thank you, Mr. Field, for your 15-second elevator pitch. Let's get right into the questions. I have so many.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to start with Dr. Agroff.
Yo.
Would you consider what you do in this game as... You know what? I'll let you describe it. What is the core of what you do in this thug-inspired video game?
Well, I mean, this is an open world skating game, so you basically have several activities scattered around the map. Various challenges and time trials and score attacks that you can go to, basically in order to build your reputation and the popularity of skateboarding as a brand new sport in the Stone Age, in order to earn enough local currency to develop a time machine to get Bam Margera back into the present.
Ooh, wow, that's incredible. Got to get Bam back home.
He's got to get Bam to the future.
It's really a shame. We could have kept him here long enough to sober up, but instead we're sending him back in time. Okay, well, that's great. Open world skating. Just quick question. Would you consider any of the primary tasks of this game what one might call domestic terrorism?
I mean, that's such a complex philosophical question.
Okay, well, with that level of nuance, it clearly is not inspired by Thug 2. Got it. We're going to go ahead and move to Bob next. Bob?
What's up?
You say Flint Holmes,
Yes.
which sounds like it should be the Sherlock Holmes of Flintstone times. Just
Right, but no L. Sorry.
no L. No. Or Robert Downey Jr., unless...
Ooh, maybe. If we can afford him.
Your game's primarily focused on building new homes and greeting new friends, right?
Yes.
What platform do you see this launching on? What is the sort of long-term structure or financial hook with this?
We'll continue to sell expansion packs where you can get different party-like accessories to put in your homes.
Like The Sims.
What are you talking about? I've never heard of that.
Let me scribble out this question mark I'd written out for The Sims.
The Flints.
It will be releasing on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And all major platforms, basically.
Okay.
We intend to make sure the expansion packs are available everywhere. You may need to sign into some sort of Flintstone net.
No. Flintstone net.
Make an account.
While you log in, Fred's just making jokes. God. Hey, Feel.
Yes.
Describe to me this Jeffrey Epstone character and what his effects on Bedrock have been throughout the course of your game.
Well, he's the leader of the Water Buffalo Lodge, the secret leader that we've never seen before.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Fuck me.
He lives in a big tower in the center of town, like a giant skyscraper. He lives at the very top. He really wants to turn the whole city into like a corporate town for his factory that makes these weird cars that run on something called gas.
Oh,
Everybody seems to think it's a scam, but there's like a lot of weird people who defend him from anything, who insist that it's not going to work. But they're just crazy. They're just crazy. Obviously, he only wants the best from it, and he takes a lot of vacations to his island, Little Saint Rock.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll just cut you off there for no reason at all.
Man, he was right at the start. He is ready.
We're now going to move on. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that makes you think he prepared this mentally across many weeks.
I don't know why.
We will now move to KZ. KZ.
Yeah.
Flintstones Boulder Bash. It is a board game that all these people are trapped in the universe of Flintstones, but Fred needs to try to get rich quick.
Yeah.
Does he buy his freedom from the spell? Like, what exactly will he be doing? What is the end game of him playing?
Okay, so there's multiple different boards that he will be playing alongside many iconic Flintstones characters, based on various locations across Bedrock. And the idea is that you will unlock additional ones after you complete a few, and at the end there will be a final board that's going to be like this grand party. And once you complete that, he'll win his freedom and, in his mind, a lot of money.
Okay. Win his freedom and money. Got it. Okay. We're going to move on.
He will not win money.
So Fred's insane in your game. Got it.
There will be some slapstick funny reason where it's like, and you didn't get rich off of this.
All right. Okay, we now move on to round 2 of the questions. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Flint Holmes. Mm-hmm. Great name, by the way. I gotta ask, capital F, capital H?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Then no one's calling it Flintstones?
No, absolutely not. That's not acceptable.
Okay. That was not the question for this turn, to be clear.
Okay.
You're giving him bonuses.
Bob, I'm going to ask you about basic human activities, and you'll let me know if these are in your game.
Okay.
Getting laid.
No.
Okay. Shitting on the floor. These are just things everyone does, but
Only the animals.
okay, animals can shit on the floor. Okay.
But it's cartoon poop, so it's fine.
Oh, poop emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Poop emoji makes
is it-
everything okay.
Is it pink?
Sure.
Okay.
Can Wilma have a neurotic breakdown?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's a key part of some other franchises that might have 4 letters in it, 2 of which are S. Neurotic breakdown. And, a core part of certain other popular things in this genre that we won't name in design documents. Consumerism is a very important point. How many different stupid activities can they engage with to help them cope with ultimately meaningless void that is their life?
Many. At least 10. We're still, we got to comb the episode, see how many things were done.
Okay,
by
that makes
Wilma
sense.
and Betty.
Okay, cool, great. They're out there doing a lot. Wilma and Betty, they get a lot done.
Definitely.
One last quick question. This is a freebie.
Oh, ooh.
When you buy the expansion pack, which I assume you can buy digitally, of course.
Of course.
It's not,
You don't
it's
have to
not
go and buy your
2001.
your PC game box.
You don't have to go to Electronics Boutique.
No.
When you buy that digitally, do Wilma and Betty go da 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 charge it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there's a nice little GIF where they pull out their Stone credit card.
That's great.
Thank you, Bob. Feel?
Yes.
I have a really good imagination for the world you're building here because you took the base that is Flintstones. You added the core struggle of this game, which is the gas-powered car factory. You have Jeffrey Epstein. I now need the ground eye view. I need the eye level envisioning of this. Can you let me know, just walk me through what a level would be like?
Okay, it's open world. You can go anywhere in Bedrock you want. You can switch between characters at certain points, usually one of their 2 houses. But you'll unlock other areas as it goes on, and not every character will be available in every area. Like, you can swap between Fred and Barney at the Water Buffalo Lodge. You can't switch to Wilma and Betty there. So you run around. You might need a car, so you might just take it from the side of the road. Nobody's using it. You can just take it.
Okay.
And you drive around, and sometimes a mission might be Fred, you have to pick up your bowling ball from the polisher.
Okay.
So Fred gets there, but then all of Jeffrey Epstein's simps are there because he said he didn't like bowling. So you have to kill your way through all of Jeffrey Epstein's guys and get your bowling ball back. And if you're playing as Betty, it might be something like get the schlump for Dino.
Oh, okay.
Because Wilma's busy and can't go get it. So
right.
you have to go to the store, and Jeffrey Epstein's guys are there objecting to the fact that the store has a union. So Betty has to reach into the glove compartment and get the slingshot pistol and solve some problems. And if you do like an execution move as Betty, she'll go before shooting them in the back of the head.
Why are you so prepared?
Thank you, Phil. I really do know what it's like to play your game now.
What? Oh my god.
It's like he's making a dream video game.
Okay, we're gonna move on to KZ. KZ,
Yeah?
I'm gonna assume for the sake of this game making any impact, there will be voice acting.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Now, I'm going to need you to walk me through what all playable characters there are and what and what their catchphrase is when you select them.
Okay. We got Fred Flintstone.
Uh-huh. That one's pretty obvious.
We have Dark Fred. This is an evil version of Fred Flintstone. First, Fred Flintstone, of course, goes yabba dabba doo. Dark Fred goes yabba dabba dabba, and calls just to let you. It's wrong to let you know that it's evil Fred.
That makes sense.
Missed opportunity for him not to go yabba dabba dark.
That's him turning Super Saiyan. Yeah.
Yes, that's when he gets like some really good collectible in the board game mode.
Dark Fred Rose.
We got Barney Rubble. He goes whenever when you click on him to use them.
Okay.
You've got Wilma and Betty. They make their noises that they typically make in every episode of the Flintstones.
I have to ask, you just listed Wilma and Betty. Is this like an ice climber situation? They're attached at the hip?
No. They are in
Okay.
fact separate characters, but Pebbles and Bam Bam are in fact an ice climbers type of thing.
Oh, okay. Pebbles and Bam Bam.
It feels like, yeah.
Okay.
You'll want to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dino will also be a character, as well as that horrible mouse that has like the cheese outfit that they use.
I think that's Cave Mouse.
Cave Mouse. We're gonna put in Cave Mouse so that we can have a decent set of characters here.
Sorry, I missed what the catchphrases were for Pebbles and Bam Bam and Dino.
It is Bam Bam.
Okay.
For Bam Bam with a little laugh coming from Pebbles.
Okay. And a laugh from Pebbles. Okay.
Yeah. And Dino goes.
Oh, is he okay?
Cave Mouse goes squeak.
Okay.
Just so you know, there will in fact be a celebrity pack you can download for different voices.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that for people that want to get their get their John Goodman voice clips into this, kind of like what Mortal Kombat did with their movie pack.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. Okay, we're gonna move on to Aggro. Aggro.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being inspired by Thug, that means something, right? That means it's story. It's not just some himbo skateboarding game. This is a story game.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the arch nemesis or antagonist in Flintstones Bam and Bam Bam's Bedrock Blitz?
I mean, I don't like antagonist. I mean, yeah, I guess it is sort of the main opposing force. It is the Great Gazoo, who has summoned Bam Margera back to the Stone Age.
Of course.
Because he was bored, and you can't stream any of the Jackass movies in Bedrock. So he summoned him back to entertain him But first you've got to do the you've got to collect and craft a skateboard, and then basically invent the sport. And so he was displeased with how long it took Bam to really get up and running. So he has now cursed him that if he cannot find a way to get back to his own time within, he's going to say a month, but in game time, it's really not important. You just have to make your way through the game, that he will kill him.
It's okay to kill Bam Margera. He's Bam Margera.
And
Damn, great Gazoo.
that sounds really villainous, but he also helps you throughout the game while you're in the overworld. Between missions, you'll get a clue, and if you can find the spot on the map, usually in a hard to reach place requiring a skillful execution of a trick or a jump, you'll find the Great Gazoo's hiding place, and he will unlock a small cheat. Like maybe you'll get a double jump, or he'll unlock moon physics, or he'll give you a gun.
This seems a little different from the others, huh?
Well, yeah, it's for a different kind of play style where you don't really want to break your manual combo by jumping over obstacles or enemies. You can just pull out a gun and shoot them.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for all the great info about the horrible antagonist that is the Great Gazoo that's going to kill Bam Margera. Well, I really appreciate the additional information. Your pitches were all strong, but now we have to get to the drawing prompt. Now, we've identified that maybe the reason the Flintstones isn't quite landing nowadays is that it's old, right? It's old. It's timeless, but it's also old, and that makes us insecure. Gentlemen, I'm going to need you to draw the Flintstones' new neighbor, who's a part of the 1%, and his name is Daniel VideoGames. Because we think there's a strong appeal in this character who isn't me and with a lot of people.
You're fucking evil.
Gentlemen, you have 3 minutes to draw this Daniel VideoGames character.
Does he like OLEDs?
You tell me. The timer starts now. Gentlemen, I am thrilled to see your drawings of this new, soon-to-be beloved Flintstones character. We're going to go ahead and start with Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, can I see your interpretation of Dan VideoGames?
Oh God, let me get it. This is gonna be rough. I'll tell you that for free.
You'll be fine. I think you'll be fine by the end.
I can't believe a 3-minute drawing would be rough. That's absurd. You know how many seconds that is?
Yeah.
Oh God, where's the channel? There was a problem during the coloring process.
He's just melting a little bit.
He's bulging with what might be muscle.
Yes.
The coloring process unfortunately made his folded arms really unsettling. But you can see Dan VideoGames. He wears the most fashionable clothing a rich neighbor can afford. This new material called denim.
Oh, that sounds really cutting edge and fancy.
His eyes are transparent because of a time limit.
I actually didn't notice because of the gray background of Discord.
Yes.
Thought they were shades.
And he looks a little bit upset because he has to be near poor people who don't own clam-led televisions.
That sounds really terrible. I feel bad for him. Well, thank you for showing me this very grumpy neighbor that they now have to deal with. Let's see who's next. It is KZ, show me Dan VideoStone, the 1%er who's the new neighbor of the Flintstones.
Okay, so something that I've been doing recently with these art things is I post reference images next to them, just so I understand that I'm on task and I'm making sure that I get something aesthetically viable. All right, well, there it is. So as you can see, there are a couple of issues bringing it all together here, but I feel like I got your main features here for a Dan VideoStone's brown hair, glasses, denim coat.
Okay.
That thing on the top right is a nose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do the Flintstones in your game deal with living next to a ghost?
Don't worry, it's only like partial, and it's weird. The arms are so big you think it'd be like a Tarzan thing of just using the arms to move around instead of the legs.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
He proclaims he's more evolved because he's a 1%, but really he's a Neanderthal.
About as wide as Spider-Verse Kingpin.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're now going to move on to Dr. Agro's drawing of Dan VideoStone. Dr. Agro?
Okay. Here we've got Dan VideoStone, a local Bedrock citizen who, even though has never skateboarded in his life, seems to constantly have an opinion about how other people do it.
Nice bowl cut.
I'm now like, there's like one guy in all of the Flintstones with a bowl cut. This guy is just like me too.
That's how you know he's a high class.
Yeah.
Skate better.
You can see his fancy new tunic that he actually salvaged out in the wild because he's a proficient hunter-gatherer. This is actually the material that Bam Margera's couch was made of. His couch and a bag of Cheetos came with him through the time vortex. His couch was upholstered entirely in denim.
Oh, wow. That's really cool that quickly Dan VideoStone saw that and was like, this is an opportunity to innovate clothing.
Oh, yeah, he's out there on the cutting edge.
That makes sense. No wonder he knows how to skate better and will inform people that they need to do that. We're going to now go to Bob. Bob, let me see your drawing of Dan VideoStone.
I feel bad. I didn't have time to color him, but
What is he holding?
That's his pterodactyl fuel. It's the only thing he drinks. And as you can see, he's into brand new video games for the NES. That's why he's got a tunic like that.
There's a very Gumby quality to this person that I appreciate it greatly. Yeah. I assume he looks exactly like this. So Fred's like, Barn, I don't know about this guy. And he's just like, hi, you want some pterodactyl fuel?
Yes. He never gets colored.
You guys like video games?
It's still warm.
He just looks weirdly like a paper texture. Like there's no color, but it's just that. Wow, these are great drawings. I'm excited for this brand new character we're going to launch into the Flintstones universe, through video games. Because that's the best entry point for a brand new character that everyone's going to love.
I don't see any flaws with that.
No. Flawless plan here. Well, gentlemen, I've asked you a lot. I've also asked you to draw a lot. We're going to go ahead and let you guys ask each other some questions. Each person gets to ask all of their competitors one question each. So, we'll go ahead and open the floor. Dr. Agro, feel free to question your rivals.
Mr. Phil.
Yes.
When I have a copy of the Flintstones Rocky Road in my possession, will I be able to enter a cheat code that lets me see Betty Rubble topless?
No, but you will be able to enter a cheat code that lets you see Barney and Fred topless.
That's content value. All right. Thank you, Mr. Phil.
Noted.
KZ.
Yes.
You seem to be constructing a very fun, although high-stakes board game experience.
Yes.
But everything I've heard so far sounds very single-player focused. Do you have a multiplayer implementation for this game? And if so, what shape does it take?
Oh, so basically we're looking at a 4-player party-style board game. So the plot will continue as you, say, complete the first 3 boards, then a couple of more will appear. The game doesn't really care about who ultimately wins, because for some reason, Fred keeps acting like he won anyway.
Yeah, okay, Fred's insane in your game. Got it.
he's like, really, I was the one that really got this whole thing together. There will be slight variations on the cutscene depending on who actually won. Sometimes he's like, well, Barn, I really helped give you a loan in that one.
I really want to tear into that, but that sounds completely worth it. Bob VideoGames.
Yes.
In your game that is completely unlike any other game that has ever been made.
Yeah, of course.
So like these houses that we're constructing, we're able to edit various parts of them on the fly, right?
Right.
So could I say, for instance, just blue skying here, not pulling this from anything, put say pebbles in a swimming pool and then remove the ladder?
Absolutely. But there is no death in this game, unfortunately.
There is no death in this game of life.
No.
Wait. Literally the character death or the act of dying?
The act of dying.
Okay, I figured we should be crystal clear.
Yeah,
How do you accommodate that in the balance of your simulation experience?
You can fall all the way down to the dregs and have no money, be so far in debt it's impossible to remove yourself from it.
So on a long enough timeline, your game will inevitably fill entirely with homeless people until it's out of memory.
You can evict people and then they'll never come back.
Wait. Are Wilma and Betty landlords?
Well, they're realtors. It's different.
Oh, no further questions.
Revealing too much.
That was my face upon hearing that news. Well then, we all learned a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next person to go will be Bob.
All right. Dr. Aggro.
What's up, dum-dum?
Does Bam Margera see this sentence as something similar to the Great Gazoo's own sentence of being stuck in the past to repent for his sins? Or is he just in full knowledge of, no, this is just this alien being insane?
Bam Margera is pretty sure he's just high for like the first half of the game.
Oh my God.
It's only after he forges a close enough relationship with Bam Bam that Bam Bam actually speaks in full sentences to him for the first time that he realizes both the reality of the situation he's in and the weight of moral responsibility for having introduced the great sport of skateboarding to a populace that might not be ready for that much 90s edge.
I mean, I can't blame Bam for assuming he's high. That's a safe assumption.
It is. What rating is this game? I know that's technically a second question, but I need to approach this if he thinks he's high.
I'll allow it.
Our road plan is going to ship with a strong T, but then once everybody finds out all of the extra stuff you can unlock with mods, we're probably going to have to adjust that rating.
I have some ideas of what you might want people to be able to unlock in your video game.
Mr. Feel,
Yes.
how violent is your game? Because you talked about executions. I want to know if I'm going to see brain splatter.
Talked about executing my dreams.
Our game is rated T, so our execution, well, that's just what it's called in the design document. In game, it'll be called the Yabba Dabba Downer. And getting a large rock to the back of the dome will merely make the NPC fall to the ground and have a large comical bump on their head as stars rotate around them.
Okay, so when you say that you have to play as Fred and say kill a bunch of people, you don't mean kill them. I gotcha.
No, yeah, they just get removed from the game board and are unconscious with stars.
Quick question: how active is the ragdoll in your game?
Extremely active, but don't worry. No matter what type of a building you blow them off with any kind of explosive, they'll still survive.
Okay, good. KZ,
Hey,
is your board game more like a Mario Party, or is each different board going to be a literally different, like, real-life board game, like Life or Mousetrap? Like, they'll play radically differently?
we were aiming for more of a Mario Party type of thing, where it's like, you each turn you're going to do some sort of special challenge. Different spaces are somewhat uniform in all the boards where they do special things or lead to certain events. But each board will have its own, like, sub-gimmick, where it's like, this one does this thing a certain way to try and differentiate them, give it an appeal beyond aesthetics for picking certain areas. But it's like that instead of trying to recreate a different board game each time.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of like, this one is Clue.
No more questions.
We are going to move on to Mr. Field. Mr. Field, go ahead and ask some questions.
Dr. Aggro,
Yo.
your game is about skateboarding at 90's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most extreme example of property damage you'll be doing as part of a mission in your game?
There is a series of time attack missions where you have to basically catch Dino when he's on the run. If you complete all of those, getting a gold clamshell score, and I think it's 5 to 7 of them. I'll have to check back on you. You unlock the final Dino time attack mission where you chase him across Bedrock Dam. Into a cask of TNT, and you and Dino get flung cartoonishly off into the distance, and the entire dam crumbles and basically destroys half the city by submerging it.
That's cool. That's wicked awesome, bro.
Sick.
Do you high five afterwards?
I mean, you and Bam Bam have some like down low knucks, but
Okay. All right.
KZ,
Yes.
does your game have mini games? If so, give me an example of one.
Okay. So it does have mini games. Wanted to have a large variety of them with different, types, like free for all, some team related stuff. We have this one called Bumper Boulders, where 4 players, each one will be on a boulder, and they'll be using their legs and their feet to like move it, and you try to bump into the opponent to knock them off the arena. It'll have multiple different arena types. Thought that would be pretty good. We had a mini game called Cake Stone Factory, where you're attempting to create cakes out of stone, and you try to place them in the right way on this stone conveyor belt. We also thought that one would be pretty good. 2 teams of 2 on that one. And we just have a lot of various mini games like that.
Good to know. Bob,
Yes.
is it possible in your game to build something like an extremely long hedge maze that characters have to go through to get to and from work that may take upwards of 6 hours both ways?
Absolutely.
That's what I like to hear. No further questions.
Okay. That leaves us with KZ. KZ, start blasting.
All right, Dr. Aggro.
yo.
Now, it's my understanding that Bam is the only person to have been put in this specific situation where it's like he is here and has to deal with this plot. So my question is quite simple. Will he find other jackass-like characters that are ancient ancestors in their game? Am I going to see, is Steve-O Stone in this?
We won't be having any direct cameos in the game, but you will be able to see in the environment of a few different collectibles and some of the environmental detail. There are artifacts from other members of the Jackass cast leading... we're trying to communicate the notion that physical time is cyclical. And that while this may have been the distant past, it may in fact also be Earth's distant future. And since we know that Jackass is the most enduring cultural element
Yes.
of mankind, it alone
Actually,
has survived
yes.
through the cycle.
That makes sense.
Getting hit in the balls will always be funny, so yes, you are correct.
Mhm.
Thank you. Feel.
Yeah.
In your game, the thing that I'm most interested in, I would like you to describe to me a boss fight of some sort. Like who you would be fighting and maybe some mechanics along with it.
Well, sure. One of the earliest boss fights in the game, Fred, it's sort of like Donkey Kong 64 where you don't get to pick who you can play as for boss fights. Each person gets a specific... They get their own mini Virgil. So for Fred, you have to defeat the leader of Jeffrey Epstein's Pinkerstones, who are there to forcibly deunionize Slate's Quarry. So what happens is he will pop out of manholes all around the boss arena and take shots at you with his pistol, but you don't have a gun. Instead, you have to pick up rocks from around the quarry and time Fred's twinkle toe bowling throw to throw the rock into his face.
What was that character's name again? I didn't quite fully catch it.
They don't have a name, but it's the leader of Jeffrey Epstein's personal army, the Pinkerstones.
Okay.
Jesus.
Thank you. That was great. Glad we could get some more information about your game. That brings me over to Bob.
What's up?
In your highly original video game, much like mine, I was trying to think about important things that could be featured in it, and I feel like we've covered quite a few. How many different locations can you go in this? Can you is there exploration that you can do beyond this? Like how diverse are we looking at beyond just the house you get and everything?
You can have up to 10 homes that you're managing at once. The home that Wilma and Betty have are special homes you can do different things in. But then all the other ones they sell to people are just ones you customize and try and manage the families of.
Wait. Are you trying to tell me their homes are above the law?
Yeah, no. They just have, since you're playing as Betty and Wilma, you have extra features. Like you can train Fred and Barney to get better promotions so you can bring more money in.
What do you mean train?
Well, you can buy them the flint pewter and they get better at their job.
No, comma stone 64.
So say there's the situation, you put these other people in their other homes. If some random problem happens to that home, do you just ignore them?
No, you can go in there and you can try and help them. You can.
Okay.
Like if you want to sit down and be like, oh, I'm going to deal with the here, put Flintstone funny name here. You want to just deal with their family and just everything they do? You can just be in that home, and the time won't pass along for all the other homes. You won't miss out on stuff. You'll be like, okay, I'm going to manage this family's household, and then go back to whatever you're doing later in other parts of the world.
I was really worried that there'd be this situation where it would be incentivized for whenever a problem props up in a house that you've given someone else for you to just ignore it and not fix it. So I'm very glad that you can opt into it and really get in there.
Yeah, if you need to replace their garbage disposal, you can do that.
Oh man, that's great. You've added so much there. Yeah, no further questions.
Okay. Well, that does it for all of our questions and all of our information. It is finally time to wrap up this exciting episode of Armchair Devs KIWAMI. As we do that, we now move on to the final compelling pitches from each of you. Why should your pitch win over your competitors? You have 15 seconds to make your last desperate bid. And we're going to start these final bids with KZ. KZ, you have 15 seconds.
The Flintstones Boulder Bash is an exciting new party game that you definitely want to get in on. Because everyone's going to be able to play, because you will find a demo of it in every box of Fruity Pebbles. Please buy our game.
Oh, that's clever. Brand synergy. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to move on to Dr. Aggro.
With modern SSDs, Unreal Engine 5, Flintstone-style copy-paste assets, this will be the world's first stable 120 frame per second skating game.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Aggro.
You're welcome.
We next move to Bob. Bob, 15 seconds.
With this morally gray Flintstones property management game, you'll do things you never saw before. You'll deal with disasters. Fred will buy bowling balls, he can't control it. Bam Bam may invade any home and destroy anything.
Oh, wow. And watch out. That's time. Oh, my goodness.
Where did you go?
Did Fred get addicted to bowling balls?
Yes.
Oh, man.
What is happening?
I like that Bam Bam is basically the SimCity SNES Godzilla.
Yes.
Okay. And what's up?
Is Bam Bam a slasher monster?
I don't know. Why is Bam Bam a slasher monster?
I just see the cover, the Bam Bam Man.
And we now move to Feel for his in the last 15-second final bid.
Thanks to our great photo mode, the image of Barney Rubble blowing up a building as he laughs will sell 100,000 copies of this game alone.
Yeah, between that and the ragdoll, I think you've got good Twitter clips. And that's time. Well, gentlemen, I have a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I must go to my chamber, mull over all of these notes I've taken, and come back to tell you all who is the winner of this episode of Armchair Devs KIWAMI. Gentlemen, after much consideration, I have returned. And I have some feedback to give you all on your pitches before we announce who has won. Let's start with Dr. Aggro.
Sure.
Dr. Aggro, just like the Flintstones, skateboarding has a timeless appeal.
Yep.
Bam Margera, maybe not so, but there is certainly some dark, arcane power you're touching into with this game, with its skateboarding, 90s edge, massive property damage caused by flooding. I feel like you've got a great idea here, and finally Gazoo will be taking a role more appropriate for himself. A complete villain who does not identify what he's done wrong in the least, even when he curses Bam to die. KZ.
Yes.
Fred Flintstone is the Mario of old Hanna-Barbera properties.
Yes.
I can see the connection immediately. It seems instant, obvious. People will sit here and question why they didn't get one of these sooner. I'm trying to find what makes the hook here necessary, like makes it extra sick and really helps it stick with people. But it is strong because, once again, Fred Flintstones is the Mario of Hanna-Barbera.
Yes. 100%.
Bob,
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer in player agency,
Uh-huh.
which is why you letting them choose to solve problems in the houses or not definitely really goes into that. I appreciate when a game doesn't put up handrails to make sure you're moral.
Yeah, absolutely not. You'll lose money doing that.
And I feel like even though the game isn't like horror themed, when you told me they were realtors, my gut twisted. I'm not sure about Flintstone.net though.
No, sorry, we can't take it out.
No. Mr. Feel,
Yes.
clearly the reason the Flintstones has been such a lull recently is that it isn't topical enough, talking about recent things, having parodies of obvious current celebrities in the property. I'm really glad that you may have made this game relevant at an alarming rate to people to talk about online because of certain key characters in it. And quite frankly, 3D action games are pretty timeless too. People love just borrowing a car from the side of the road and going to the local Buffalo Lodge to possibly murder people. And everybody loves getting schlump. Last question. Are we putting on the box Yabba Dabba Downers, or is that just what we're calling that internally or in the game? I just...
It'll be in the trailer. We'll show a couple of them. Like one of them is this is one of Barney's unique weapons. He can throw Bam Bam like a grenade.
I feel like that catchy name, as cool and catchy as it is, maybe opens us up to critics saying this game is a Yabba Dabba Downer. But we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yabba Dabba, don't play this.
Well, having given you all feedback on each of your pitches, it is time to finally announce the winner. The winner of this episode of Armchair Devs KIWAMI is Mr. Phil. Yes!
Holy
I
shit.
feel like what really gets me with your game is that people will see the 3D action and go, this just looks like another one of those slummy, like 3D platformer action games you would expect for a property like Simpsons or Family Guy or whatever from the PS2 generation. But yours has edge. Yours has commentary. Yours has Yabba Dabba Downers.
Oh, God damn.
I think people are going to see this, think it's one thing, and when the trailer shows them something else, they're really going to pop. This is our key to make Flintstones relevant again.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Fuck you, Phil.
I'd like to thank all of our contestants on Armchair Devs KIWAMI, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this episode of Armchair Devs. Podcasts like this and Big Think Dimension are only possible with viewer support. If you'd like to help us in the fight for good content, please show us your support over on patreon.com/gbpodcasts, where you can also listen to the extended pitches that couldn't make it into this episode. This month's GigaBoots videos were brought to you by the continued support of our executive producers, such as Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Burning Pepsi Man, Adam Admar, Cooper Tank, and Virmvarm. Thank you very much to our executive producers, and also these gamers. If you want to support GigaBoots so we can continue the content crunch, then head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today.